You look in the mirror one morning. And something feels different. A new wrinkle. A little puff under the eyes. Maybe your skin doesn't bounce back the way it used to. You shrug it off, it's just aging, right? But what if I told you that you might be speeding up the clock? Without even knowing it? You might be living with certain everyday habits, simple things, that are secretly aging you faster than nature intended. These aren't just bad habits, they're ugly, because they work from the inside out. They drain your energy, dull your skin, and chip away at your vitality, year after year. And here's the kicker, most of them are totally fixable. If you catch them in time. But first, we need to shine a light on what's really going on. You might be surprised at what makes the list. The third one especially? It's a silent ager most people never think about. Aging isn't just about crow's feet or graying hair. It's about how you feel when you wake up in the morning. It's about whether your joints ache after a walk. Or whether you can still enjoy the little moments, like chasing after your grandkids or getting a good night's sleep. The truth is, the way we age is only partly written in our genes. The rest? That's entirely in our hands. And here's the scary part, most people don't even realize they're accelerating the aging process until the damage is done. Poor lifestyle habits can quietly wreak havoc on your skin, your brain, your heart, even your memory. By the time you notice the signs, you've already lost time and quality of life you could have preserved. But this isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Because once you recognize these sneaky, everyday habits, you can stop them in their tracks, and even reverse their effects. The body has an amazing ability to bounce back, even after years of neglect, if you give it the right tools. So what are these aging traps hiding in plain sight? Let's start with one of the worst offenders, and one of the easiest to fix. Ready? Aging is natural, yes. But premature aging? That's a different story. It's when the body starts showing signs of decline before it should: sagging skin, brittle bones, memory slips, chronic fatigue. And behind the scenes, your cells are struggling. Tiny structures inside them, called mitochondria, begin to slow down. Your collagen breaks down faster. Inflammation creeps in and silently damages tissue, day after day. Now here's what's fascinating. Experts agree that nearly 80% of how we age is shaped by lifestyle choices. That's right, only about 20% is controlled by your DNA. The rest comes down to your habits. Things like sleep, nutrition, activity, stress, and environment. That means you have a tremendous amount of power over how you look and feel as the years go by. But it's not just about looking younger, it's about staying sharper, stronger, and more independent longer. Nobody wants to rely on others just to do simple things. Nobody wants to feel old before their time. The good news is that some of the most harmful habits are so common, we barely think twice about them. You might even believe they're harmless, or worse, normal. But once you see them for what they are, it's like flipping a switch. So let's do just that. Let's expose these habits, one by one. And for each one, we'll reveal how to not just stop the damage, but actually help your body heal. Let's start with habit number 1. This one might be wrecking your energy, and your skin. Habit near 1, poor sleep habits. You might think you can get by on 5 or 6 hours of sleep. After all, you've done it for years. But poor sleep doesn't just make you groggy, it ages you. When you sleep, your body goes into repair mode. It rebuilds tissues, balances hormones, and flushes out toxins from your brain. Without enough quality rest, that entire system falls apart. Cortisol levels spike, which breaks down collagen, the very thing that keeps your skin firm and youthful. Your memory suffers. Your immune system weakens. And inside, inflammation builds, quietly fueling disease and decay. But here's the twist, reversing this is simpler than you'd think. Just 2 weeks of consistent, deep sleep can visibly brighten your skin and improve your focus. But the trick? There's a common mistake people make with their bedtime routine that could cancel out those benefits completely. You might think you can get by on 5 or 6 hours of sleep. After all, you've done it for years. But poor sleep habits are one of the fastest ways to age yourself without even realizing it. When you sleep, your body isn't just resting, it's working. Deep inside, your cells are repairing, your hormones are balancing, and your brain is busy clearing out waste. Skip that crucial downtime, and your body doesn't get the chance to reset. The result? Cortisol, your stress hormone, stays high. That hormone eats away at your collagen, leading to sagging skin and fine lines. You feel slower, foggier, and more irritable, and that's just on the surface. Inside, your immune system takes a hit. Your heart works harder. Your memory gets foggy. Over time, the damage adds up, and suddenly you feel 10 years older than you are. The good news is, your body can bounce back. In fact, just 2 weeks of consistent, quality sleep can restore your glow, improve your mood, and even sharpen your thinking. But here's the catch: most people sabotage their sleep without knowing it. There's one habit people do every night that quietly robs them of deep rest, and it's not what you think. If you're spending time outdoors, and who doesn't love a little sunshine? You may be unknowingly falling into one of the most common and harmful aging traps: too much sun exposure without proper protection. Now, don't get me wrong, sunlight is essential. It lifts your mood, helps your body produce vitamin D, and gives that beautiful glow to your skin. But unprotected exposure is a silent saboteur. Over time, ultraviolet rays penetrate the skin's surface, damaging collagen and elastin, those precious fibers that keep your skin smooth and firm. The result? Wrinkles that run deeper, dark spots that seem to appear overnight, and a dullness that no moisturizer can fix. And it's not just skin deep. That daily exposure increases your risk of serious skin conditions, including melanoma. What's more, the damage doesn't always show up right away. It builds slowly, almost invisibly, until one day you wake up and wonder, when did this happen? Here's the turnaround: daily sunscreen, yes, even on cloudy days, acts like armor. But there's a sneaky detail that most people miss. A tiny mistake in your sun care routine could mean your efforts are doing almost nothing. Want to know what that mistake is? There's a pair of habits that many folks pick up early in life, thinking they're harmless or just part of social life. But together, they silently chip away at your youth more than almost anything else. I'm talking about smoking and excessive alcohol consumption, the toxic duo that ages you from the inside out. Smoking, even in small amounts, floods your body with free radicals, unstable molecules that damage your cells and speed up aging. It narrows blood vessels, meaning less oxygen and nutrients reach your skin. That's why longtime smokers often develop deep lines around their mouth and eyes, and their skin takes on a dull, grayish tone. But that's just the visible part. Alcohol? It's no friend to your skin either. 1 or 2 glasses now and then won't do much harm, but over time, regular drinking dehydrates your body, depletes your vitamin levels, and inflames your tissues. You may not notice it in your 30s or even 40s, but by 50 or 60, it's a different story. Puffy eyes, broken blood vessels on your cheeks, and a tired, worn out look that no cream can erase. But don't worry, it's never too late to turn the ship around. Your body is incredibly resilient. Within weeks of cutting back or quitting altogether, circulation improves, skin begins to clear, and your energy starts to climb. There's even one surprising beverage that can help flush out years of toxin buildup. You might think you're taking it easy, giving your body a break. But what feels like rest can quickly turn into a hidden danger. I'm talking about a sedentary lifestyle, too much sitting, too little movement, and it's one of the most underestimated habits that accelerates aging. Here's what happens: when you stop moving, your muscles start shrinking. Your bones lose density. Your joints stiffen. And your metabolism? It slows to a crawl. You might start gaining weight even if your diet hasn't changed, and the energy you used to have for simple things, like walking around the block or climbing stairs, starts to fade. Bit by bit, life gets harder. But this isn't just about fitness, it's about aging at the cellular level. Studies show that prolonged sitting is directly linked to shorter telomeres, those little caps on your DNA that determine how quickly you age. The shorter they get, the faster your cells break down. The upside? Even light, regular movement can start to reverse this. A 20-minute daily walk, a bit of stretching, or simple bodyweight exercises at home, done consistently, can turn the tide. But here's what most people get wrong: they overdo it too fast, burn out, and give up. There's a better, gentler way to rebuild momentum. And we'll get to that soon. We all know the saying, you are what you eat. But as you age, that saying becomes less of a cute phrase and more of a daily reality. One of the biggest culprits behind early aging is something most people don't want to admit: poor dietary choices. Maybe it's a pastry in the morning, a microwave dinner at night, or just a little too much sugar during the day to keep your energy up. It doesn't seem like a big deal, until the results start showing in your skin, your waistline, and your energy. Processed foods, added sugars, and unhealthy fats create inflammation in the body. Over time, that inflammation accelerates aging by damaging cells and weakening your immune system. And let's not forget how important nutrition is for collagen production, brain function, and even your mood. A diet low in fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and lean protein slowly starves your body of the fuel it needs to regenerate. Without those building blocks, your skin loses elasticity, your joints become stiff, and you start to feel older in every way. But here's the exciting part: your body responds quickly when you nourish it right. Within days of cleaning up your diet, bloating can go down, skin can look brighter, and your digestion starts to hum again. But there's one type of food that's marketed as healthy and yet is secretly doing more harm than good. There's something that doesn't show up in blood tests. You can't see it in the mirror. But it has the power to age you faster than almost anything else in your life. It's chronic stress, the slow, silent force that wears down both your body and mind day after day. You might think stress is just part of modern life. Bills, family responsibilities, health concerns, it all piles up. But when stress becomes constant, your body treats it like a threat that never goes away. Cortisol, your stress hormone, stays elevated. Over time, this constant state of alert weakens your immune system, drains your energy, and starts breaking down tissues, especially in your brain and skin. You may notice more fine lines, thinning hair, a tight chest, poor sleep, or that heavy feeling that doesn't go away. That's stress at work. But what you don't see: it's also shrinking the part of your brain responsible for memory and learning. Now here's the good news: your nervous system is trainable. Deep breathing, nature walks, journaling, or even just 5 minutes of stillness a day can calm your body and reset your mind. But here's where people go wrong: they wait until stress has already done its damage to start taking it seriously. There's a simple practice that can lower your stress hormones within minutes. And it doesn't cost a thing. There's one part of aging that most people overlook completely. It's not about what you eat, or how much you exercise, or even how well you sleep. It's about human connection, and when you neglect it, the effects are deeper than you'd ever expect. Loneliness isn't just sad, it's dangerous. Studies have shown that a lack of meaningful social interaction can increase your risk of early death as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that for a moment. When you isolate yourself, whether by choice or circumstance, your mental health suffers, your immune system weakens, and your risk for cognitive decline shoots up. Even if you consider yourself independent or a bit of an introvert, your brain still craves connection. It's wired for it. Regular conversation, shared laughter, the warmth of being seen and heard, these things keep your spirit alive and your mind sharp. Without them, time feels heavier, and aging seems to speed up. But here's the beautiful part: connection doesn't have to mean a crowd. One good friend, one phone call, one shared memory can lift years off your heart. And the effect is almost immediate. But most people wait too long. They say, "I'll call tomorrow," and tomorrow never comes. There's one tiny habit that can rekindle those connections effortlessly, even if it's been years. Let's pause for a second. You've just walked through 7 of the most common, sneaky habits that can age you faster than you ever imagined. Not one of them involved anything extreme or unusual, just everyday things like sleep, food, stress, movement, sun, connection, and yes, a few vices. That's the wild part. It's the ordinary stuff that quietly chips away at your health. But here's the encouraging truth: you don't have to fix everything overnight. In fact, trying to change all 7 habits at once is the fastest way to get overwhelmed and give up. The smarter approach? Start with just one. One small change, repeated consistently, can create a ripple effect across every area of your life. Maybe tonight, you go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Maybe you swap that afternoon soda for water. Maybe you call someone you've been missing, or take a short walk around the block. These tiny choices have real power, because they tell your body, Hey, I care. I'm listening. And your body? It responds. Often faster than you think. You don't need to chase youth. You just need to stop chasing habits that steal it from you. You are not stuck. No matter how long these habits have been part of your life, no matter your age, your body is always listening. Always adapting. It's never too late to start healing, rebuilding, and reversing the damage, one decision at a time. And remember, aging isn't the enemy. The goal isn't to look 30 forever, it's to feel alive, strong, and full of purpose no matter what the calendar says. It's to wake up with energy, to laugh easily, to move without pain, to feel proud when you see your reflection. That's not vanity, that's vitality. So ask yourself, which version of you do you want to grow into? The one who gives in to the slow drift of bad habits? Or the one who takes the wheel, makes small changes, and reclaims their spark? Because the truth is, aging doesn't have to mean fading. It can mean thriving, if you're willing to choose differently. And you don't have to do it alone. We're in this together. So take that first step. Your younger, stronger, happier self is waiting on the other side. Let's go get it.